but it seems that NVIDIA fixed the issue. Thanks, NVIDIA. Love you guys. Anyways, the game we'll be talking about today is PC Building Simulator. Now, I'm not going to be the first to say that we all anticipated the release of this game. A great game that satisfies all of our inner gamer needs, like building computers. Now, is this game for everybody? No, of course not. But the game is very great for those who want to build computers and or don't know how. There is a how to build option, which you can click, a free build, which can satisfy those desires, and career mode. Now, I would have made a video series on career mode, but once again, the video was having some issues and my stuff didn't work. That's alright on their part, though. They fixed it as soon as they could and emailed me the issue. But still, this game and what it includes is beautiful. Now, once you jump into the game, you're of course greeted with a lot of different things. At the moment, this is my setup. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that almost everything inside of this computer is modular. So, this isn't the computer you start with. I actually think I'm going to be starting a different profile so that I can kind of get the contrary to you guys. So, we are going to go ahead and main menu ourselves. So we should be able to go new game, and you are welcomed by this welcome screen. Then you can go save, and you can make a new save. So as you can see, that I have 2 save games now. But anyways, here's where you start off. So you start off in the game with a simple computer, and you get, of course, your general setup. You get 1 computer, and you get 1 workbench. And the first thing you can start off with is an email from what seems to be your uncle. Yes. Also, you have minus $15 because he had to borrow $15 for school. I mean, not school, fuel. Sorry, my friends. Anyways, you also get to start with 1 job. And you also get an email where he tells you, remember to use your thermal paste. Now, you can choose to discard this email or leave it. We're going to discard it. And your first job you get is to remove some viruses from Gary's PC. So, once you go out here, PC will be located right here. You're able to grab it. Of course, we're going to go over here. And so it's going to tell you a bunch of things, but you switch to cables, and you're able to plug in every single port. The only port for graphics right now is HDMI, which is pretty depressing. So considering that most cards from an older generation don't have HDMI, but they kind of focus on the newer generation. Now, you don't really get to mess around on the PC with this one. Actually, the first thing you do is you go over here, and your first objective is just to power this one on. And you get to scan it and take the viruses out. So you legit just grab a USB drive, pop it in the back, and it's full of programs. Another nice thing is this game comes with its own preloaded operating system on all the computers. And that happens to be what OS, or whatever that symbol is. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Boot times are of course shorter in this game, for any of those that want to know. And we can just run the virus scanner like this. Every computer will have 100,000 files, and you'll get this amount this first time it's infected. And now that we have gotten rid of the virus on the computer, it'll tell you your objectives when you hover over it, and we're able to leave it by the door. Now you can either go here and take all the cords, then pick up the PC, or you can just rip them out like that, which I rip them out. Place the PC on the ground, and then you go to your computer and collect. And soon, you'll get a thanks email. You can discard that, and you'll get yet another job. and another, and another. So you're usually allowed to have 3 jobs at a time, and we are going to be starting off with this one here, which is install Martini Easy Store 500GB SATA drive or better. So you click accept, and then you got a nice store here. What's really cool about this, Beds and PCs, I like the name, but it has sections, like we can go here and get a Martini 500GB SATA. And you're gonna unlock stuff over time. So as you can see, the market looks pretty blank. 1050s, 960s, pretty decent. But then you can go up here, of course, like any other website. You go to your cart. We're gonna get next day delivery. It's gonna cost us $80. It's gonna leave us with $5 left. And then once you've selected all your jobs, we can turn it off for the night, so we don't waste power. That actually does come later in the day if we go here. We're actually going to see utility bill and power bill, utility bill and rent, I meant. It's the end of the day, and you get to go to work again. And now we get to go here, and here's the part we ordered, which comes in the box, and the customer's computer. So we can turn on the computer once again, and a solid start, you get back to where it was. And we get to hover over here once again, and it tells us everything that we need to do. So we're going to switch around to the back, open, and now what we're going to do is open this drive bay, which you have to open the drive bay first. Then you take your storage, put it in, close it, and now we're going to put on this guy. And then we do cabling, which I think we're going to have this door open for. Yes, we are. And then you get to connect these cables, which is pretty cool. So it actually shows the wires. Another cool thing, we have to attach one of these guys, but the wires actually have constraints once you put them on. They have physics. They're not just like there, they actually seem like wires, which really makes me happy. We've actually installed that now, and then we can put the side panel back on, power it on, and bam, PC boots into its operating system, gives you the whole completion thing, then you get to leave by the door. Go to your email and accept the money you got. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. Accept another job. It's fine. Collect the money you got, I meant. This one here is just installing a graphics card, you know? That's just my main showcase. Now I'm going to kind of show you fiddling with the computer. So, like, first thing you probably noticed from what I did is you could take off the side panels. Then another thing you can do is cooler, you take that off, it's going to reveal the CPU. The CPU that we get stock when we get this computer is an Intel Pentium G4400. Also get one stick of 2 gigabit value RAM. And the graphics card that we're going to get is of course by PCI lock. And it is a GeForce GTX 970 Gamer, which is not too bad. Also, every single wire that's going to connect this is removable. Motherboard, hard drive, that's the motherboard header for the powering on the computer. This is CPU power, so we can actually see the cables here. And then you can move these SSD holders. Another thing we can do is come around the back and unplug the hard drive. And then another one we can do is go here and remove the power supply holder, or the lock I should say. And this is going to allow you to remove the power supply. And then you can also go back here, and I think we're going to need to go here. You could also remove the motherboard, which I thought was really BA. Now, I am going to give a complaint real quick. Well, I guess it's not too much of a complaint. I mean, the shield of the motherboard's ports go with it. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. You can move every single case part or express lane. It's like we'll just take off these guys for now. We can also go here, remove the front panel of this NZXT case. You can go to the back, remove your hard drive. I mean, this is crazy. You can practically remove everything. You can remove the freaking dust filter. They definitely loaded out the game. And you get a bare bones case. Now, for the things we're going to tell you that this game doesn't have. So, there are a couple depressing things this game doesn't have. One of which that we're going to see here. We're going to go into free build mode. This is one that I set up for an example. We take off the front panel. This motherboard is equipped with 2 PCI X16 slots, as well as a CPU that can handle those slots well. And the graphics card we have here is a 1080 Aorus 880, 110 gigabyte. My bad. Anyways, it is a Aorus 1080, and we're gonna go down here and grab a 1080. So this is a 1080, exactly one that's in there. And you can see nothing pops up. That's because there is no SLI. Nope. Sorry, fans, no SLI. Another thing is no liquid coolers. No liquid cooling solutions whatsoever. It is only air coolers. Also, there are modular power supplies at the thing. There are SSDs, but only the regular kind. Memory goes up to 16 gigabytes, which is fine. There's RGB memory. There's a very limited supply of motherboards. So these are LGA TR4 and all that. This is all the motherboards. Once again, limited supply of CPUs for each. A decent amount of graphics cards. I mean, we got graphics cards ranging from EVGA all the way to MSI. Sadly, no ASUS. I'm surprised ASUS didn't go in this. It would have been perfect. You use compressed air, which I think all of us know that that's bad for our computers. You should probably be using a air compressor itself. You know, the huge ones that are the pumps that take a while to do. I know that it doesn't really matter, but thermal paste is infinite, and that's kind of unrealistic to me. They got some nice cases, though. We got a decent case variety. I would kind of like a bit more cases from different companies. I like a variety. Of course, you can't interact with your shelves. I'd like it if you could like put parts on the shelves display or something. Of course, your monitors are going to stay the same. That'd be cool if we can do dual monitors. Or even just a bit of posters. I mean, these are kind of cool, but yeah. That's generally what the game has. Now, my final answer. Is the game worth it? I would say yes. The only thing is, the game really needs some more features. Compared to an app on the App Store, which is called PC Architect, and you can look it up if you want, this game is really lackluster compared to it. Both of them lack SLI, but one thing that this game does have over PC Architect is that it does use coolers. PC Architect doesn't. And another thing is PC Architect starts you way back in about 2006 or 7, as well as having all the graphics cards from that range and all the way up to 2018. That includes stuff like the Titan 5, the Titan XP, Titan X, Titan, GTX 1080, RX, which is, I don't know, you can, pretty much any card that you know, you can find on there. If it's made by GeForce or AMD, it's on there. Now I will admit this uses more brands. What's it called? PC Architect does have about the same amount of cases, but much like this one, in PC Architect you're confined to build only 3 computers. Now I will give this one a bit of a slide, because you can put one down there to use as your main desktop, but I don't know. Honestly, guys, the game is in its early stages as I'm recording this. I would wait a while until you actually go off and start buying the game. Definitely wait for some updates unless you want to join the hype train and kind of play it as it goes. But anyways, I hope you get a good impression from this. I hope you enjoyed this. If you dislike this video, go ahead and dislike it, but hope you enjoy.